Hey, it's Colleen back with you today to talk about how national nonprofit organizations can build their brands in their regional offices. Some larger nonprofit organizations have hundreds of local and regional offices that are carrying out grassroots work in their communities. This means there are hundreds of opportunities to amplify your brand, but also hundreds of opportunities for inconsistency. Building a consistent brand across regional offices is really crucial for national nonprofit organizations who want to maintain a unified identity while still addressing local needs. So how do we get it right? We always start with clear brand guidelines, comprehensive guidelines. These are going to reinforce your mission and values, but also give guidance on how the visual identity is to be used and how to approach messaging and tone. We want these guidelines to serve as a reference for those local and regional offices to reinforce consistency. If you can carve out time for national staff to lead trainings for field staff, it can be very helpful in not only reviewing and reinforcing those brand guidelines, but in properly equipping teams with the tools and resources they need to effectively implement the brand in their community-based programs. It also gives them a chance to ask clarifying questions of the guardians of the national brand. Having somebody serve as an ambassador for the brand in each local or regional office can also be helpful. Often this is a marketing team member or a graphic designer, someone who knows the brand guidelines in and out and can be sure that assets being produced are in alignment with them. You do want to empower your field teams to contribute to the organization's overall brand strategy, so you need to give them some leeway to be flexible and make regional adaptations of messaging and local context. That's the beauty of adapting your national brand at the community level, ensuring that it can resonate with specific audiences and local needs. So providing your regional offices with templates that allow for some customization of visual elements, such as imagery or colors, can help reflect local characteristics or cultural nuances and can be a great place to start. This ensures that the brand feels relevant to any diverse regional audiences, but keeps every office from having to create brand assets from the ground up each time, which can be a challenge to human resources, expertise availability, and often financial capacity. You can use these customization opportunities to also recognize regional success stories. So look for examples that amplify your brand by highlighting the impact of your organization's work in specific communities. This helps build credibility, reinforce your brand narrative, and celebrate the good work of your field teams. Another way that the national office can support regional offices is to maintain a consistent online presence by having regional offices adhere to a unified website structure, social media strategy, and online communication style. That consistency builds brand recognition and helps regional offices start out with an architecture that they can just run across the finish line locally. Will this process always be perfect? No, definitely not. You are going to see colors that aren't on brand, images that aren't the best resolution, and probably more stretched and smooshed logos than you'd ever care to see, which is why we want to offer guidelines, training, and templates, and then we also want to monitor implementation. It's always a good idea to conduct brand audits to assess the consistency of brand implementation across regional offices. You want to identify areas for improvement and address any deviations from brand guidelines. Doing this effectively would mean providing both positive and constructive feedback so that you can open a feedback loop and offer an opportunity for knowledge sharing between your national and regional teams. Regular communication is going to ensure that everyone is aligned with the overarching brand strategy and goals and is aiming for continuous improvement. This may mean that we need regional offices to do better sometimes. But it may also mean that regional offices have insights that are helpful for future national asset development. Finally, a solid way to connect regional implementation to national brand is to promote a unified impact message, emphasizing and highlighting the collective achievements of the organization as a whole and how each region plays into that. This connects locally, but also reinforces the national brand and emphasizes the organization's broader impact. Ultimately, we want to foster a sense of unity across the national organization while allowing for local adaptation to effectively connect individual communities to the brand.